What's up, everybody? Sean of the King here, and I am here to do a first. This will be my first DVD slash Blu-ray review, and there was no better way in my eyes that I can start this without doing it on this. If you can't see it because of the light, it is Superman versus the Elite on Blu-ray. I actually just got finished watching it. I bought it today. I sat down with some dinner, I cleared my head and I watched this thing, and I gotta say, it is fantastic. Oh my God, it's good. This review will be minor spoilers, minor spoilers. I won't give away too much information because again, I want you guys to go out and check this video, just check this movie out, and I highly, highly recommend the Blu-ray version. Now, again, if you don't have a Blu-ray player, you probably won't matter. But again, I got this thing from Target for $20, and not only does it come with the Blu-ray version, it comes with the DVD version, and it comes with an ultraviolet digital copy download. So you get a lot of content for your money in this release. And also, the main reason why I get the Blu-ray versions of the DC animated movies is also the extra bonus features. Now, if you were to go to like a Best Buy, Target, Walmart, wherever you want to buy your DVDs or Blu-rays, if you buy it on DVD, you usually get like some commentary. You might get one featurette or something to that effect. But the main reason why I get these is because they also get like Bruce Tim picks, and in this case, you get Alan Burke's top picks, and you get two episodes. Now, it's usually based off of the movie what it's about. So, like for instance, if there was like a Justice League movie, you would get like a Justice League Unlimited or Justice League regular Justice League cartoon. Or for instance, like Batman, you'll get like one of the Batman animated series. Like I also have Batman Under the Red Hood, which is another one of my favorites, probably one of the top favorite DC comic movies. And on that one, you got a couple of Batman animated series movies. So in this case, this movie is basically based off of Superman. So in that case, you get some Superman animated series. And I believe the two episode is the first one is Brave New Metropolis, and the other one is Warrior Queen. Now I remember for a fact, I remember seeing the Warrior Queen when the show was on the Kids WB. I believe that was when the young Amazon strong woman came from the other planet, and she tried to patrol Superman, and she actually got into like this huge fight and was destroying Metropolis. I remember that episode because I used to watch this show. But let's get into the actual movie itself. So Superman versus the Elite is basically a movie about Superman dealing with real life issues. Like this movie is actually very deep. Like it's rated PG-13 for a reason. Like again, like Superman, I never really thought was a complex character before. Again, I always recognized his strength and his abilities, but overall, I just thought he was a little bit hokey. He was the kind of guy that again he never kills. Superman stands for justice in the American way, etc., etc. And this movie kind of tackles what happens if someone else comes into the game and is not that way, which they have more of a realistic look at to how to handle criminals. You get violent terrorists who are trying to commit, mass murder and trying to do huge damage. You're not going to be a Superman who slaps them on the wrist and throws them in jail 100 times over. You're gonna kill them. In real life, that's what happens. If we're over there fighting a war, we're not over there handcuffing and throwing everybody in jail cells. The real life people are dying over there on both sides. So again, this movie kind of try to tackle what would happen if another group of superheroes, as they looked, would take matters into their own hand and kind of take that step over that last line that's been set by Superman and would actually kill. Actually, as I was watching it, I can honestly say I was kind of leaning more towards the Elite, and let me pause there and talk more about the Elite. The Elite is actually led by a gentleman named Manchester Black. He, I guess his power is he's more of a psychic. Like he can teleport, he can do astral projection, he can, I guess I don't want to say force push because that's more of a Star Wars thing, but basically equate him to like a Phoenix, or Jean Grey, but not as strong. He also had a young lady on there. She almost looked like some sort of dragon lady. She had these like tendrils that came out of her body, or skin, or ears. She could use it to see better, to hear better, and she can actually use the little tendril things to attack people. Then we also had a black gentleman who was almost like a thicker static shock. He could absorb energy and also can put out the energy. And then we also had a magician who was Asian. And again, I thought he would actually have the biggest advantage over Superman because he had his hat that he can conjure up demons and things of that nature, like bombs, anything. He just conjured things from his actual magical hat. Now, the premise of, again, like I said, I'm going to try to keep this as spoiler free as possible. The premise of the movie is literally I'm just about to say Spider-Man, Superman. The actually show starts off with him fighting a new villain that I've never seen before, and his name was Atomic Skull. This guy had on like some sort of like purplish mech suit. You know what? Funny enough, he actually looked a lot like, again, anybody that follows me on YouTube, they've seen my Young Justice reviews, and he actually looks like the guy from the Flash episode of Young Justice Season 2 Invasion, the guy with the flaming skull and was shooting out the little energy beams. He looked almost just like him, but his name was Atomic Skull. You guys can look him up. And he was basically killing people in the streets, like sucking them dry, and, Superman comes in and basically beats him up and, locks him away. And the question comes up, Superman, you've beaten this guy before, and, he just keeps breaking out. When are you going to put him down for the final time? Of course, Superman is like, I don't kill, we'll just lock him back up. And basically what ends up happening is that later on in the movie, Atomic Skull breaks out again. And in the process of him breaking out again, a lot of chaos ensues. A lot of things happen. Again, I'm not going to really spoil it for you guys, but it's actually a pivotal point in the actual movie where the elite, they're actually like, they're killing people. Like there's a scene where Superman are trying to rescue these people that are trapped in the subway, and Manchester Black helps Superman lift the actual entire subway system from under the ground to rescue the people. And I guess Manchester is actually interrogating the gentleman who did it. And almost like Miss Martian on the Young Justice, where she lobotomizes the Croatians, like Manchester is like lobotomizing these guys, but this is way different. Like he's lobotomizing them, and there's like blood coming out of their nose, ears, and eyes, and mouth, and they just like fall on the ground. Like it was like really deep stuff. Just in general, and again, for the most part, like I said, I thoroughly enjoyed this movie. I'm going to actually give it a 4 out of 5. It can honestly be pushed up to a 4.5 out of 5 in my opinion. What I did want to do, again, I didn't want to talk too much about the actual movie because, again, I want you guys to check it out. Maybe I'll do a follow-up review and I'll do, it'll be more spoiler-free. But what I wanted to actually talk to you guys about and get your opinion on is just your thoughts on that. Well, you know what? Pause. Before I go there, there is one other thing I wanted to talk about. There's a point in this movie where Superman gets very, very angry and does some pretty amazing things. And again, I don't want to get into too many details, but it is wow. Like the things that he is doing and just the anger that's in his face. I've never seen in any sort of medium Superman look that angry. And that's actually a little scary. Like I'm actually one of those guys who actually votes for the other side when it comes to the verses. Again, I'm a huge Marvel fan, so if there was like a poll, who would win in a battle between Superman and the Incredible Hulk, or who would win in a battle between Superman and Goku from Dragon Ball Z, now of course I'm going to always go with Goku 110% every time. So, but again, that's a video for another day. But in this, just from watching this movie and seeing what Superman did, my opinion of how powerful he really is has completely changed. Like, I guess I've seen him, knock people across the room. I've seen him, turn around and like vortex and all that other stuff. But just to see the kind of things that he did in this movie, it was jaw dropping. So again, thank you, DC. You've shown me that Superman is not to be fucked with. when he gets really angry. And again, I will think twice now that when I think about these verse battles, versus Hulk and Goku and such. But again, the question I have for you guys out there is, what are your thoughts on superheroes and killing? I think again, I also had a debate with a couple of my followers on some of my Young Justice views, and just how I feel about Miss Martian and how she was lobotomizing people. And I kind of want to segue that into the whole Superman situation, because again, the question is out there. If you were a superhero and you were responsible for stopping these supervillains, and you lock them up and they just keep getting out and they just keep killing and hurting more innocent people, do you have a personal responsibility to be responsible for these deaths? I'm like, if you have a person who's not going to change, and I guess Superman's biggest thing is that everybody has the ability to change, but I don't think that's reality. I think there are some people out there who are just plain evil, and there's nothing you can do to stop them from being that way. So then, we're not talking about gun-toting lunatics that can be locked up and bar them getting some sort of help to break out of jail. There's not much that can be done that they can really do to the public anymore. But when you're dealing with supervillains, like for instance this Atomic Skull guy, they literally had him plugged into like this super generator that was siphoning his power and basically powering the city, and he's able to escape because there was a power outage. So again, and he was able to go out again and break free and start killing people again. So then, of course, the elite's position on that was, why would we keep letting him out if he's clearly a threat to society? Let's just end it. I guess Superman's situation was, I don't want to be the judge, jury, and executioner, which I respect. Again, and at the end of the movie, you kind of get a clearer picture on, I guess, where that other extreme side leads to. But in the back of my head, I'm just still thinking, I don't know. I think if you guys were able to meet in the middle a little bit, we could probably find some middle ground. But I think either side, me personally, I think either side is probably a little bit too extreme. So again, you kids can't go around killing anybody because you think they're doing something bad. But then at the same time, on Superman's end, you can't go around just letting anybody get away with anything. You think you can just keep locking them up, and that's going to be it. And the world's going to be a safer place, because it's not. So again, I just definitely want to see what you guys thought about it. Again, if you've already seen the movie, definitely comment. If you just have an opinion in general on the topic that I'm discussing. But overall, definitely go pick this up. It is a fantastic movie, and it's $20, well worth it. Now again, you guys probably want to try to get this the first week, because typically once the stuff starts going to the second week, the prices tend to jump like $5 or $10 or so. But also, let me just give you a couple of the other features on here. We also have the Superman and the moral debate feature. So actually, you know what? I didn't even look at this yet. They actually touch on the debate on the morals of Superman. So I'm actually going to pop this back in and check that out as well. And of course, you get some great commentary. You get the picks, and you also, that's right, you also get the preview for the next movie that's going to be coming out this year, and it's going to be The Dark Knight Rises, the actual. Oh, I'm sorry, that's for the movie. That's The Dark Knight Rises, but there is actually another featurette for the next animated movie on here, which is going to be based around Batman. So again, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll be definitely doing more. Thumbs up for DC World, DC Comics. Definitely subscribe. This is Sean F. the King. You guys have an awesome evening.